Hello, and welcome back to Pics and Portraits. Last month, we put out a video looking at the Futurism of French illustrator Albert Robida. Robida's future was one of amazing and absurd flying ships, probably best seen in his piece, Leaving the Opera, in the year 2000. Today, we are going to be returning to the 19th century's vision of the year 2000 with a series of illustrations which sometimes get attributed to Robida on Lawn de Mille in the year 2000. We are going to be going picture by picture and seeing how the future was imagined around the turn of the 20th century. Before we get into that though, this and every video on this channel was made possible by our patrons over at patreon.com/picsandportraits. This channel is not monetized. We are 100% viewer supported, and in exchange offer a ton of exclusive videos and series like Future Film, looking at Retrofuturism in movies. $5 a month gets you access to those and tons more. So if you like what we do and want to help make it happen, please consider supporting us. Patreon.com/picsandportraits. With that plug out of the way, let's head back to the future. So I'd like to start with a little bit of context on what exactly is known about these illustrations. They were produced in France and are usually attributed to Jean-Marc, though other artists apparently worked on them. Unfortunately, I was not able to verify who exactly, but Robida is sometimes credited. This image here shows a device very much like his telephonoscope that we saw last time. Another artist, Villemard, is also cited. They were originally included as inserts inside cigar boxes, which I can't imagine a world where this kind of thing is just thrown in with something else. So much care went into something more or less novel, which I think is pretty wild. They were printed 4 times in 1899, 1900, 1901, and 1910. They would later be reprinted as picture postcards, but were apparently never released, at least commercially. A set was acquired by science fiction author Isaac Asimov, who included them in his 1986 book, Future Days, a 19th century vision of the year 2000. Asimov certainly made his mark on the future in his own right, but also kept this one alive. So, that's more or less what's known about the creation of these illustrations. There are at least 87 different pictures, but we are not going to be looking at all of them. In the Robida video, we talked about the state of the future around the turn of the 20th century, at least aesthetically. Lots of flying machines, which we continue to see here. This one shows an aerocab station, which looks very hectic. The plane designs are still fashioned after bird wings that fly by flapping. We do get multiple different types of aircraft, including this balloon-powered airship. Saw a lot of those last time. This was, after all, the age of airships. We are still pre-Wright Brothers flight, at least for the first few printings. These designs are in line with the experimental aircrafts of the time. They are powered by propellers. Cops will apparently have these wings, which show up in a few different pictures. They will have airborne pursuits with criminals. In the early 20th century, there was a belief that people would be able to fly like birds. These experiments usually didn't end very well. Mail carriers will be able to fly up to the top floor of buildings to deliver mail using sort of air bikes. In a way, this next one predicted the drive-through, someone grabbing a coffee while flying through a bistro or a cafe. Like flying vehicles, automation is a cornerstone of futurism. Earlier we saw the telephonoscope, another accurate prediction, video calling the image of the person projected on a screen while the caller speaks into a receiver. A similar dictation machine here, voice memo, an automated barbershop and powder room. I love all the different robot arms. These kind of designs were very popular up until around the 1960s, as absurd as they were. We've actually seen something similar before, the barbershop and powder room in the Fleischer's All's Fair at the Fair. Personally, I don't know how much I trust a robot with a blade that close to my throat. A robot tailor that looks like adjustments are measured and then made by putting clothing through this machine. Robot maid. Something interesting about all of these automated elements is that they still require a person present to function. The maid's even wearing a uniform, which seems a bit redundant. Rather than fully replacing the human element, technology is simply introduced to aid them. A lot of the futurism we've looked at imagines a future in the stars, space, but at this time, the sky was the air, as we've seen with all the different flying crafts. There was also the great beyond of the sea. Underwater settlements are common in retrofuturism, and there are some absolutely wild predictions here. Fish racing, where jockeys ride fish for the entertainment of spectators. There was also the whale bus, where a cab is attached to a whale. I have no idea, really, how you would train a whale or keep to the schedule. Reminds me a bit of the Flintstones, though. Pretty cruel. An actual submarine bus, which I love the design here. Underwater croquet. Again, not exactly sure how this would work, but I doubt functionality was really considered. These were, after all, novelties. Other leisure activities of the future include air tennis. There are those wings again. Also roller skating. Nailed this one. The similar water skating and air hunting, which seems kind of dangerous. Speaking of dangerous, the future of war was imagined with mixed results. This flying war station is pretty much a fighter plane 15 years before the First World War. The battle cars are similar to tanks. I would take both of these over these war bikes, which are just like you would imagine, bikes that have guns and shields attached to them. I just feel like these would be exhausting to operate. The future of education, a projector that magnifies and projects slides onto a screen, pretty on the nose there. This last one here, I feel like could be taken figuratively. The classroom of tomorrow, where students are jacked into a machine that processes knowledge, books that get blended up, and somehow the information is taken from them and sent to the students' headphones. Looking at the actual year 2000, Y2K, I am a textbook millennial. Y2K brought with it so much excitement. While we didn't have flying cars, the internet, the information age was really taken off. I was in elementary school at this time, and computers and the internet were used as teaching tools or part of our learning, as was predicted a century earlier. And that's just about going to do it for today. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you have the means again, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We are going to have a new episode of Feature Film coming up in the next couple of weeks, looking at Idiocracy. We have episodes on RoboCop, 2001, and so much more that you can get access to for as little as $5 a month and help keep the channel going. That is patreon.com/pixandportraits. As always, thank you so much for your interest in this channel, and thanks for watching. See you in the future.